Hey, what's up everyone? Justin here with Spikes and Gills. Now last week's episode was about what to expect on your first ever guided black bear hunt. Now, a lot of people, they book weeks and months in advance a guided hunt over bait for black bear. And that episode went over lots of stuff about lodging, what to expect with lodging, and what to expect with your guides, and with like networking and meeting the people and all that stuff. It went over all about baiting, about how guides bait and what to expect at bait sites, what to expect with stand sets and all that stuff. And that was that episode. Now, to go along with that theme, this week I have for you a guided black bear hunt in Quebec, Canada. It's Maniac Outdoors' own Jason Jack heading to Quebec to hunt with Steve Peaslee, better known as the Master Maine Guide. That's actually the name of his guiding outfit, I think, is Master Maine Guide. Steve Peaslee. Hey, look him up. Hey, here's Jason now.
The Master Maine Guide. Do you read?
That was a giant.
Alright, we're in. We are within the boundaries of the Portneuf Wildlife Reserve. It's pretty steep ground all around. Kind of reminds me of Western Maine. We got about an hour drive to the cabin on the water. Should be good. We're almost there. Stay with us.
That was a giant.
Oh man, Jason, I can feel your pain, buddy. Now I know all of you seasoned and veteran hunters out there can relate to this as well. We've all had our fair share of iffy marginal shots on game animals, especially deer, that leave us sick to our stomachs, you know, leaving us with a pain, with a heartache and sick stomach, not knowing whether or not we're going to recover that game animal that we just shot at. Hey, but don't go anywhere, everyone. Jason does get his hands on this giant black bear. Hey, I need to say something very important, everyone. Hey, smash that like button for me, could ya? It just helps the algorithm boost this video out further, so we'll get more impressions. So hopefully it will get more views and more likes and comments and interaction with all the viewers out there. That would be awesome. That would be so helpful. Hey, and if you're not subscribed to my Spikes and Gills YouTube channel yet, why don't you go ahead and click subscribe and click that notification bell. That way you'll be notified of all future Spikes and Gills uploads. You don't want to miss next week's episode, do you? All right, see you in a minute.
Deal. Deal.
Broadhead. Oh, he came right back around.
Must be around there, I think.
300.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah. Hey, oh.
Au camion avec lui, puis je vais le flaguer.
Now, believe it or not, everyone, well-trained tracking dogs, blood tracking dogs, are a huge part of wildlife conservation. They help reduce the amount of lost game animals by as much as 90 or more %. Just look up unitedbloodtrackers.org to learn more about it. Now, well-trained blood tracking dogs, they will let the hunter know if the shot was lethal, you know, whereas the game animal will go on to die, or it lets the hunter know if the game animal was just wounded and is going to go on to live. And how the tracking dog knows this is by the scent that they're getting. When they're tracking the fluids, the excretions from the body, from that shot that the hunter made on that game animal, the dog can tell through the scent of that whether or not the animal is mortally wounded or if it's going on to live. And actually, the owners of that blood tracking dog, I've been behind a UnitedBloodTrackers.org person, Lindsay Ware. I've had her come out track bear for me and deer, and I've watched her and Gander. Gander was the tracking dog's name.
Right in line
And
with the bear ran.
I've watched them tracking, and Lindsay, she gave me an education on what Gander was doing when tracking my deer or my bear that I had to call them in for. And Lindsay let me know that Gander, he could tell whether or not that if that animal was mortally wounded or was going to live. And she said that you could tell a lot by the dog's body language. The dog gets super, super excited and they hone right in on that track of that animal. If that dog knows that on the other end of that track, that blood trail, if that dog knows the animal's dead, it gets them super excited and anxious to find it, and they'll just beeline it right to the animal. Bruce, how awesome is that? Lindsay and Gander found the bear. Did you say you found it? You found the bear. Gander. Yes. UnitedBloodTrackers.org. Check them out.
I didn't see a whole drop of blood.
Not a drop of blood?
I didn't see one.
Wow.
I was moving fast, so I might have missed it, but.
Wow. Bruce, get out of the way. Get out of the way, Bruce. You're the one. Let Gander do his thing. Give me 5, Gander. Give me 5. Give me 5. Thank you, Lindsay.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm
Thank
so
you.
glad.
Thank you.
I'm glad we were able to help. Good job.
Oh, just a
Xander.
tiny bear. That's okay. I'm just glad we found him.
Yeah, it's great. And they coat on it.
Oh, there's blood there. So he was bleeding somewhere.
Yeah.
Right there. Point to it. Yeah, right there.
But
Yeah.
the thing is, too, their coats, like his coat is sopped up with blood, so it prevents it from falling down on the ground, you know?
Yeah.
Their coats are like paintbrushes. And it's like you said, shot was perfect.
Well, last day bear right there. But if the animal is actually just wounded, they're not going to die, they're going to go on to live. You can tell by watching that tracking dog's body language and just watching how they're interacting with that track. Whether or not they're excited and want to get right out there, find that animal. Or if the dog just strays back and forth and just meanders, wanders all through the woods in different directions, they're pretty much following where that wounded animal went. And you're going to come upon droppings from a deer or scat left from a bear, a wounded bear. You'll, following along, you'll see tracks from that animal, and you'll see browse marks, places where the animal was feeding, where they defecated, and all that. And you'll just get a confirmation, knowing that that animal's going to go on to live, that your shot wasn't lethal. And that gives you the peace of mind in knowing that you didn't waste a perfectly good game animal and wound it and it went off to die and be waiting that meat wasted and not in your freezer feeding you and your family. So tracking dogs are a huge part of wildlife conservation. Having tracking dogs readily available to help you is just an ethical way at recovering your game animal, to ensure a proper recovery, a quick, speedily recovery. Because also a lot of hunters, they'll leave game animals overnight in like high temps where it's hot, and the animal could go on to spoil. You could lose all that meat. So knowing that you can call UnitedBloodTrackers.org or call your local blood tracking dog personnel and get them out there to help you track your animal that you just shot, that ensures a quick, ethical recovery. So you won't get any meat spoilage and all that, and just gives you a better peace of mind and knowing you're going to get your hands on that trophy animal. So yeah, so next time you run into a situation where you've made a marginal shot, you're just not sure if that animal is gonna die or live or whatever, and you're sick to your stomach knowing that you made that iffy marginal shot, and you really just want a peace of mind and know what happened to that animal, and call a person that you know with a blood tracking dog. Just look up UnitedBloodTrackers.org to learn more. There's a list of individuals with tracking dogs and their phone numbers, contact information. Just have that list ready so you know who to call the next time you run into this situation. Hey, smash that like button for me, could you, on your way out? Click subscribe if you're not already subscribed to my SPIKES and GILLS YouTube channel, and click that notification bell so you won't miss next week's episode. Hey, see you next week.
Man, what a hunt. You all saw how it went down. He's a big old bruiser warrior bear, got a half an ear ripped off, scars on his nose and his face. My shot was a little far forward. That whitetail mentality, as Steve calls it, took over. And you always want to be center on these bears. And of course, I was kicking myself, even though it was, in the pump station for the most part. Didn't get a death moan and just worried. And they have the option of having this terrier tracking dog come in, and he is absolutely amazing. So we went in, looked for blood, short radius around the bait, didn't find anything, and I just told Steve, let's get the dog. And they come in the next morning, and literally 10 feet from where we stopped looking, it was just, a red carpet. Rage can steal that motto from G5 any day, because it was insane. I don't know if my video footage did it any justice, but it was about 75-yard blood trail, and he was laid up right there. I opted not to get the pictures and video, right after that I wanted, because we were racing the clock to get this dude back down to headquarters to the cooler. And so that's why I'm doing it here. But he's just amazing, a bear of a lifetime. I've been dreaming of a bear like this for years, and finally made it happen. If you guys want a killer, ridiculous spring bear hunt, get a hold of Steve Peaslee and do it up, because amazing trip, amazing place, seriously, I can't even do it justice. The quality of the hunting up there, it's just awesome.